So the last time we spoke about the Bucks and the Nets, the Bucks had just won Game 3. The Bucks take Game 4. Kyrie Irving goes down with an injury, and if you're looking at it from a point of after Game 2, we thought there might be a sweep on our hands. The series completely flipped, and we come to Game 5. Wow, what a game! Even Ed is bemused by what is just going on.
Do you know why I'm
bemused? He's checking
bemused?
his phone. He doesn't know what's happening.
No, I heard what you were saying, and I was going to get into it because I was going to say, firstly, did we do it after Game 2 or after Game 3? Because I think we may have done it after Game 2, which was when the Nets were 2-0 up, I believe. Because you asked me how worried I was, and I tried to act like I wasn't worried. And the reason I look bemused is I just got an update from Bleacher. It looks like Kawhi may have an ACL injury.
Wow. Okay, we're not on that series, but yeah, breaking news. That's
what I was quickly checking.
Yeah, so we come to Game 5.
So anyway, back on Nets Bucks. Now, after Game 2, I think Game 3 was on the Saturday or the Sunday, so we were able. Well, oh no, it was on the late night. It was
Sunday evening, Game 4.
Sunday evening, Game 4. I'm thinking I'm talking about Game 3. Oh, whatever. And there was a couple of things that I noticed, which were exactly the same things that were happening in the regular season. One thing that just annoyed me so much was early pull-up shot clock threes from the Bucks. And secondly, something that I've recognized now a bit more, which I don't like as much, is Giannis doing the ball handling in the half court. I get it if it's on the full court, he grabs a defensive rebound and he's pushing the tempo, and then the defense isn't set. Cool, that works because Giannis can drive to the rim. He's got a bit more space. He can be a bit more creative, and he can find open shooters that will spread the floor. That I don't mind because he's running at speed. When he's on the half court and he has to generate his own offense, and when he doesn't get to run out of speed as much, I don't think it's as effective. We saw in Game 3 where Drew Holiday was not getting any of the ball. And offensively, he was dreadful offensively, but part of it could be because he wasn't involved in any of the play and he wasn't playmaking much. And more importantly, the thing I mentioned where I think the Bucks will go as far as Chris Middleton will go. And he had an amazing Game 2 where Game 2 and Game 3 where I think Middleton did really, really well in terms of creating his own offense. And when Chris Middleton is on fire and part of the Bucks offense, the defensive scheme just changes so much. They have to guard so much more tighter, and you can sometimes anticipate a little bit of help. Or I feel the Bucks, and I feel the Nets are more worried about Chris Middleton going off than Giannis going off. Again, this is just my thoughts. I could be completely off about it, but I feel as far as Chris Middleton is the guy who will take his Bucks that far because of his shooting ability and his shot creating ability compared to Giannis, who more often than not needs other people to potentially create for him in the half court. Now, not sure what you think, Alex, but those were a couple of things that I'm thinking about the Bucks moving forward.
Yeah, so we get into Game 5, and it's a game time decision that James Harden plays, and he's got a busted up hamstring. He ends up playing 46 minutes. He has 5, 6, and 8. He goes 1 of 10, but the man of the hour. I mean, you've just got Kevin Durant. One of the best individual performances probably ever. 49, 17, and 10, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and he shot 16 or 23 from the field, and played every single minute.
Minutes. Yeah, I was just going to say that 48 minutes.
Yeah, and that's incredible. Don't count out that Jeff Green also had a huge game, 27 points. Blake added 17, but this is all about Durant and how good of a player he is. He really carried it, and he hit that huge 3, which was a busted play at the end to put the Nets up 4, and really, I'm not putting, and the Nets take Game 5. I don't know what you saw from the game, Ed, if you managed to catch it, but it seems like the Bucks threw away this game.
Yeah, and it was funny because all the things I'd been saying about the Bucks during the regular season, because obviously I had them in the regular season, I saw a lot of people talking about in terms of poor shot selection and poor shot creation and relying on the 3. and it's something that we have mentioned previously as well. Also, that there's one smaller thing I also want to bring up is what the fuck are the Bucks doing with Bobby Portis? I thought he was just so good for them coming off the bench in terms of getting in the post and getting easy buckets. They've literally done nothing with him. Whenever he's been in the game, I rarely see him get the ball. All of his offenses come from him maybe getting an offensive rebound or a broken play where he gets the ball and gets to do something. Can I tell you how many points he scored in the last? Well, I don't have the game 5 numbers, but in the last 4 games, he's got 0 points, 4 points, 2 points, 6 points. Didn't play. He's taken 3 shots, 3 shots, 5 shots, 7 shots. I think he's one of their most effective post players and offensive players on the team that can get them an easy bucket, and he's not getting any of the ball. Maybe like the games I watched of him in the regular season when I got to watch 4 Milwaukee games were just complete outliers. But he's arguably the best player off the bench. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's just a small thing.
Coach Bud.
Pardon? Yeah. A small thing I haven't heard
Coach Bud, man. Coach Bud. No, you're completely right. There's also 2 other points. In the game was tied, about a minute and a half left. Giannis gets the Harden in the post, right? Harden is got a hamstring injury, okay? And Giannis takes a fadeaway post move when you can back him down because Harden is literally, he's hobbled. You have to attack him. And then, Giannis from the line, he goes 4 of 7, but down the stretch, he fumbled the ball in the clutch. Yeah. Maybe he's scared about them fouling him at the line. He obviously doesn't want to go to a line. And it's happened again, hasn't it? 3 years
it's happened
of Giannis regular season doing amazing. But I completely agree with you about Bobby Portis. But the shot selection down the stretch, this is why I don't trust Coach Bud. So I don't.
Again, like when it comes to it, I get the Coach Bud thing, but then I don't know how much Bud has to say in terms of shot selection. It's down to like players like Giannis. Okay, because I was talking to you and Joel about this, about Giannis taking threes. I'm like, cool. I don't mind him taking threes at times. If he's completely wide open, cool, take him. But it's those stupid threes where there is a guy like close to him. Of course, he can still rise up and shoot ahead of him. But like, if there's a guy really tight to him, or it's early in the shot clock, why are you taking those threes? Those are the ones that really frustrate me. But another point, he does love that post mid-range jumper, post mid-range fadeaway. For some reason, he loves to take it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he'll make it now and then. But like, it's absolute cop out. It's an absolute cop out move. And also, on what you're saying, when he fumbled the ball, who generated the offense? Chris Middleton.
Yeah, maybe Chris Middleton doesn't pass him that ball, but it's neither here or there. Give me your prediction for the series. I suspect this is going 7.
Yeah, I've got to say Bucks in 7, just for my sake. Bucks in 7, and then they beat Philly without Joel Embiid in the next round. Transition.
We get that.
Transition.